Well, there's the HH-60 from the 102nd Rescue Squadron. We're going to show you how a rescue might be performed. And if you look up to the right side, there is our downed airman, and he has popped smoke so that the rescue crew can find him. We also would assume that the helicopter can't land. The ground may be too rocky, it may be too soft, maybe a swamp, maybe trees, someplace where they just couldn't land. So they're going to show you how this is done. We're going to do a rappel out of here right now. This is out at 100 feet. We have two crewmen that are going to rappel down. This is actually fast rope. And they do come down quick, don't they?
I'm Major Gene Sangstacken. I'm with the 102nd Rescue Squadron on Long Island. It's a composite unit. We have both rescue helicopters, the Pave Hawk behind me. It's an HH-60G. And we also fly with the C-130s. They're our air refueling platforms. A normal crew complement would be a pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and we'll carry a rescue team in the back of pararescuemen, usually a team of 3. This right here is our hoist. It can either be run by the engineer in the back, and the pilot and co-pilot both have operational controls on the cyclic up front. So we can actually raise and lower the hoist if he's busy pulling in people. In conjunction with the hoist, what we can use is, this is called the fast rope, and now this just drapes down on the ground, and it's basically just going down a fire pole. The PJs would just come up, we just drag it along the ground, and they slide down as fast as they can get on the ground. It's one of the fastest ways to put people on the ground other than landing, obviously. Secondly, we have the Force Penetrator. Now this is geared for woods and land right now. If you're going to use water, it has a red flotation collar. It's almost a styrofoam collar that would go around the device. So when it goes down into the water, it likes to stay floating for the survivors to get up to it.
Lowering the hoist out of here, they're going to hook somebody up and haul them out. Probably the downed airman is who will hoist out. And then I believe we'll come back and take out the rescuers.
This is called a rope ladder. Now the rope ladder, although it's, it seems fairly simple, once that thing goes below the aircraft, we try not to get much higher than 15 to 20 feet because it's a long way up when they're trying to get up on the rope ladder.
There comes a rope ladder. And I want you to see that is a 20-foot hover, and he is holding that helicopter absolutely still. That is a masterful job of flying right there.
The cabin is basically run by our flight engineer. He's in charge of coordinating all the devices. He's the one that hooks everything up, and basically he gives us the go, no-go on some of the devices to make sure everything is ready to go before we start our procedures. You can see how cramped it is back here, and you don't even have the complete headroom to stand back here, so he's quite busy. As a matter of fact, if you ever looked at him, he almost looks like he's coming for a wrestling match. He's got knee pads and he's got special padding so he doesn't bang himself around back here. One of the reasons why we're so condensed in the back is because we have the internal extender tanks. This gives us basically an extra 2,000 pounds of fuel. We have elected to put them in the cockpit, in the cabin here rather, so it takes up a lot of space, which eliminates a lot of area he has to move around in back here. So even opening up the stokes or pulling people in off the hoist, it's very space compressed. Since we do have the extension fuels, we also have the air refueling capabilities on this aircraft. This is the air refueling probe. Now this probe, we run from the inside, will actually extend out just past our rotor path. So this will actually come out, quite a ways out. So when you see the disc come around, it actually sticks out past our disc. And we will fly behind the C-130, and that's how we get fuel. So we have constant airborne refueling. This is the cockpit. And our cockpit right here is an NVG compatible cockpit, because most of our operations we do conduct are at night with the night vision goggle mode. We also have a FLIR operating turret, which is the forward-looking infrared. We can use that for navigation and also for locating survivors on the ground by using their heat sources. As of right now, the 102nd actually holds the world record for the longest rescue in history. It was 832 miles out over the ocean, southeast of Nova Scotia. We did a 2-ship helicopter rescue for the Ukrainian freighter Salvador Allende. And we went out to get 21 Ukrainian sailors that had to bail out of their ship when it split in half during a real major winter storm. The time to get out to the aircraft, we were actually in the aircraft for close to 16 hours without getting out of the seats. We did 10 air refuelings, and we went through basically 3 major storms, both going there and coming back, trying to get to Nova Scotia. It's quite a feeling knowing that you just saved somebody. You know, certainly wasn't going to make it had you not been tasked to go out and find them. And when we get a task to go save somebody, and if you can actually get a couple of rescues under your belt, I'll tell you what, that just feels tremendous. It's nice to know that you just, you know, hey, there's not an empty seat at the dinner table after you because of you. That's a nice feeling.